There's no place quite like home. A safe corner in a vast world. A cozy nest built for you and your family. A place where you can land, fold your wings for the night, and rest your head. Sustainable and affordable. AMAIA Land is the nest awaiting you. A healthy environment where the young can grow, thrive, and learn to fly. A home the way nature intended it to be. It all started with a vision. In 2010, AMAIA Land was a spark of inspiration in Ayala Land's dream of enhancing land and enriching lives for more people. This was the guiding principle of AMAIA's pioneer project, AMAIA SCAPES Laguna, a 19-hectare house and lot development for the hard-working Filipino. The first AMAIA is a place you can call home. A nest for you and your family. And a community where you could truly belong. It was more than a success. It changed the lives of many. Over the years, we dedicated ourselves to meeting the unique needs of each household, families, individuals, entrepreneurs. No matter who you are or where you come from, there's an AMAIA Land for you. Since then, we've grown our own family. AMAIA Steps, Ayala Land's first mid-rise condo in the city. AMAIA Skies, high-rise condos in great locations. AMAIA Series, townhouses in up-and-coming business hotspots. And AMAIA Square, shop houses for family businesses. AMAIA Land is also available in 6 Ayala Land estate developments. We've grown from one project to 38, from 19 hectares in Laguna to 255 in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. We've built over 15,000 quality-made homes, providing over 30,000 jobs and improving the lives of Filipino families across the nation. We're proud to say we've come a long way. Our vision doesn't stop there. Looking ahead, we charted our course to 2025 with the launch of 151 billion peso projects on the horizon. We're ready to spread our wings across 17 new locations and introduce 47,000 new units to hopeful homeowners. As we move forward, AMAIA stays true to where we began, our purpose, the people, and Mother Nature. At AMAIA Land, sustainability is a top priority in the way we design our homes, in the way we build them, in the way we live each day, and in the way we imagine tomorrow. We're committed to building homes in tune with the Filipino sense of community and love of nature for generations to come. Ingenuity, innovation, integrity. That's what keeps the AMAIA spirit soaring. In 2020, AMAIA ascends to greater heights. On its wings, 10 years and counting of impressive, safe, and sustainable homes for Filipino families across the nation. Onwards and upwards, we soar higher. Together, we will find our way home. Fly home to AMAIA Land.
Mga millennials natin, I've been seeing a lot of comments and answers sa ating comment section. No, alam kong kayong lahat ay very excited na to meet our first speaker. Ayan, he started out, not just to share, no, he started out as a delivery boy when he was 12 years old. And growing up, he saw his parents struggle through ups and downs, selling encyclopedia, and vowed to do the best he can do to improve the life of his family. And he also started his career working for property giant Ayala Land 18 years ago and immediately got promoted to be the youngest director for sales for Ayala Land Premier. Grabe, he is also a real estate management graduate of Harvard Business School and is the president of Spectrum Investments, a property portfolio management company. He is also an author of 2 books on property and goes around the globe inspiring and teaching Filipinos how to manage their finances and invest in property. Okay, di ba? Ang dami niyang portfolio. Grabe. He also has been featured in entrepreneur, other more publications. Grabe, hashtag goals nga naman talaga. And we are so glad because he is here with us tonight to share his tips and guides to us millennials on how we can start real estate investing. Bright millennials, let us all give a warm welcome to our very first speaker, Mr. Carl D. Good evening, Mr. Carl.
Good evening, Paolo. Good evening,
Yes.
everyone. And sa lahat ng millennials, I can feel your energy. Paolo, that was a wonderful game. Nag-enjoy ako. Kung nag-enjoy kayo sa game ni Paolo, can you type in the comments, good job, Paolo?
Sir Carl, parang ka-generation lang tayo, di ba?
Oo, lahat
part
ng
na part ng generation. Nakita ko
nasagot
nga yung
ko
mga
lahat ng
sagot
tanong.
kanina eh.
You know, Paolo,
Alright.
I'm very excited to be here. You know, yung energy ng millennials. Grabe, ang dami nating viewers right now. Grabe. And guys, excited na ba kayo? Game na ba kayo? Can you type game na ba kayo? Game na in the chat box if you're ready. Let me share my screen. Ayan. So today, Paolo, ready na? I'll take over.
Yes, Sir Carl, go for it.
All right. So today, thank you very much, Garrett and the Bright Millennial for inviting me, and AMAIA, of course, for setting this up. So ni-request ng AMAIA, Carl, can you teach our millennial viewers step-by-step guide on how to invest in real estate? Okay ba kayo dyan? Do you want to learn the basic ultimate millennials guide to learn real estate? If yes, comment on the box below. Say game na. Ayun. You know, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the better normal. Ayan. You know, first of all, I want you to give yourself a round of applause. You know, showing up is a win. Give yourself a clap. You know, there's a Harvard study that says that people who clap and cheer, they become 5 times richer. So can you clap and cheer there in your own space? Ayan, I can see you. I can see all the comments. Ayan, box. How are you? Kamusta naman kayo? Naunsa naman? I can see all your comments. So tuloy lang, how are you? You know, there's a saying that you always start your day with a grateful heart. Diba? So let me ask you, what are you grateful for today? You know, I'm very grateful for my family. This is my wife, and we are now together for 24 years. 7 years kami as a college sweetheart. And then 2003, she eventually said yes to me. So we got married. Things were going great. But you know what? How many here ang may challenges sa buhay? One of our biggest challenges sa life namin happened noong 2004. We were planning to have our first baby after getting married, but the first baby napunta sa heaven, nag-miscarry yung wife ko. But okay lang, we kept on praying. The second baby went to heaven again. The third baby went to heaven again. The fourth baby went to heaven again. The fifth baby went to heaven again. So it was a very challenging first 5 years of our married life. So it was during this time that I was down on my knees and I was praying really hard and say, Lord, please, kahit isang baby lang, I will do everything for you. Please answer my prayer. And after 5 years of praying and being down on my knees, being humbled down, you know, before I was a very proud man. But dahil dito sa challenge na to, humble down ako ni God. How many here dito may challenges din sa buhay ninyo? And how many here believes na ang challenges makes you stronger? Diba? So after 5 years of praying, how many here believes that God answers prayer? If you believe that God answers prayer, say, yes, I believe in the chat box. So after 5 years of praying, God finally answered our prayer and we were given our first daughter. I was so happy. We were so happy and grateful kasi isang baby lang hiningi namin. But how many here believes that God blesses abundantly? After my first daughter came out, 3 months later, my wife was pregnant again and we had our second daughter. So dalawa magkasabay. I was so grateful and so happy, but on the side, I was also worried. So I was down on my knees again and I said, Lord, bakit naman dalawa sabay? Isa lang hinihingi ko, binigyan mo ako ng dalawa sabay. Now, Lord, please help me financially get through this. But how many here believes na the Lord, when the Lord gives you challenges, He makes sure na kaya mong daanan. So I had two beautiful daughters, and after 5 more years, a third daughter came. So I feel very, very blessed, and this is my family now. You know, when I was growing up, my cousins will tease me. Sabi nila, si Carl laging nananaginip ng gising. How many here are like me? Malakas managinip ng gising. Diba? Dreaming while awake. One of my biggest things when I was a kid is to drive a Mercedes-Benz, wear my Rolex watch, and drink Starbucks. So I just want to share with you mga bright millennials na after 40 years, natupad na yung isang pangarap ko. I am now able to drink Starbucks. Yes, thank you, Lord. Fantastic. You know, when I was 2 years old, it was a very memorable milestone for me. You know, this picture is memorable kasi naundoy po kami. 2009, naundoy kami. We lost all of our belongings, including our family albums. And this is one of the pictures that I saved. Sabi ko sa mami ko, Mami, can you buy me this push-button pencil box? And the usual, my mom said, Anak, wala tayong pera. Wala tayong budget. How many here can relate? Now, when you ask something from your parents will tell you, Anak, wala tayong budget. Pero, if you study hard and you become an honor student, I will buy you the push-button pencil box. How many here can relate? Na pag naging honor student kayo, you will get your wish. So, unfortunately, nag-aral ako mabuti. When March came, this is my report card. Ayan. How many here believes na naging honor student ako? Unfortunately, this is my grade, 77.6. Ayan. Ano tawag dyan? Pasang? Type in the chat box. Ano tawag sa ganon? Grade? Pasang? Yun, type nyo sa chat box. So, you know, because nga hindi ako nabigyan ng mom ko ng pencil box, sabi ng mami ko, Carl, if you want to have your pencil box, you have to work. You have to work for it. So eventually, I became a delivery boy and I earned 50 pesos a day. And I worked 6 days a week, making 300 pesos a month. So when I got my 300, sabi ko, wow, 50 pesos a day, 300 pesos a week. I will be a millionaire soon. So eventually, I was able to go buy that pencil box using my hard-earned money and nakakatuwa. You know, I look back at the time na naging delivery boy ako and I always appreciate this time because I learned a lot of lesson during this time. So now when I see mga delivery people, I appreciate them because nakaka-relate ako sa kanila. And you know what? When I was a young kid, nahiya ako any of my classmates na delivery boy ako. And you know, eventually, after being a delivery boy, just like mga millennials, I did a lot of sales. Nagbenta ako ng mga tiyangge. I did tiyangge. And I also sold toilet paper when I was a young kid. And during college days, I would sideline as a professor for computer graphics. Nakakatawa, no? That was during the year 2000s. Ayan. So marami tayong side hustle. But eventually, I was blessed to be able to work for a big company called Ayala Land. And during my more than 10 years stay at Ayala Land, so ang dami ko ng mga mentors that has helped me. And during my work, I met a lot of business tycoons na nag-guide nila ako. So can you name some of the tycoons here? Do you know any of them? So whenever I would meet a tycoon, I would always ask them, Sir, what is your secret to your success? And they would share with me their story. Their humble begin. and it would give me their advice. So for many minutes. You know, during this time, the lifestyle of the rich and famous, I was able to ride a private jet, bring my family with me. I was able to ride in sports car and helicopter. But you know what? If you're so blessed, let me ask you these questions, mga bright millennials. What do you do if you're so blessed? If na-feel mo na, wow, I don't deserve this, grabe ang blessing. What do? Do you keep it to yourself? You overflow out. I guess just like what sila Garrett and Anne is doing, they're overflowing out. Overflow your talents. The big why of my family is to be wealthy, to use all our God-given talent so that we can overflow and be a blessing to others. Ayan. So, you know, a few years ago, I started to overflow and share what my mentors have taught me. But you know what? I've been invited to many places, including on TV. So I don't like to be on TV. You wanna know why? Comment down below why, to know why I don't like to be on TV. You know, one time I was walking in the Mall of Asia and may lumapit sa akin, Tita of Manila. Ang sabi ng Tita of Manila, I know you. I see you on TV. So sabi ko, Tita, do you watch ANC or do you watch CNN, Property News? Sabi niya, no. I see you on Channel 2 in Showtime. So guys, this is not me. Pero sino mas pogi? Cute down below. Sino mas cute? Comment down below. So let's start. You know, are you ready? If you're ready, game na ba kayo? Type in, game na. You know, guys, bright millennials, whenever there's a crisis or a situation, you always ask yourself, how do I want to see this opportunity, this situation, as an opportunity or as a crisis? Do I see the glass half empty or the glass half full? You know, I just want to share with you na in Chinese, this is the word for crisis. The word for crisis is Wei Qi. What does Wei Qi mean? Wei Qi means crisis. It's a combination of Wei Xian, danger, and Qi Hui, opportunity. So Chinese word for crisis is danger, but with opportunity. So very interesting, right? You know, let's face it na right now there are really some industries that are affected by the coronavirus. The hotel industry, tourism is really affected. Luxury items, di ba? Ngayon, parang di na tayo masyadong nagsha-shopping, gumagastos. We simplify our life. So may mga affected na businesses. Our malls are affected because they don't get that volume anymore. Di ba? Dati parang basta kung wala tayo sa bahay, nasa mall tayo kasi libre ang aircon. Di ba? And you know, there's no more events, large gatherings, schools, concerts. So people in those industries are really affected. And of course, schools, churches, and all the tindahan around them are affected. But you know what? I just want to also share with you the glass half full point of view. Na there are also opportunities na nag-positively grow na business during this time. Number one, di ba? Dahil marami na nag-work from home, supplies that are related to work from home are now booming. Di ba? From what I heard nga is there's out of stock ng mga laptops na below 20,000 because of the study from home. Online retail, online shopping, online business, e-commerce is now booming. How many here ang namimili sa online right now? Say me. Diba? Lahat tayo nakabili. Okay, comment down below. What do you buy online? Diba? I'm just curious. Ano bang mga binibili ng mga bright millennial ngayon online? You know, my favorite is Sushi Bake. And mga kung ano-ano mga pagkain na mga pinopost sa mga kaibigan natin. Pag pinopost nila, parang, uy, gusto ko rin yan. Saan mo binili yan? Gaya-gaya tayo eh. What else? You know, comment below. Ano ba mga binibili nyo online right now? You know, definitely people in the technology world are also enjoying good profits right now, di ba? GCash, Union Bank. I've heard that they've enjoyed significant growth in their subscriber base. Online learning, online meetings, di ba? You know, recently there was a seminar, I think by Tony Robbins, and 10,000 attendees all over the world, di ba? In a snap of a finger, and they don't need to worry about size of the venue anymore and logistics and travel. And of course, internet apps right now like mga Zoom, Viber, they're all gaining popularity and good business. And of course, Marketing is now moving to social media and social media marketing. So I just want to share with you mga bright millennial that as a bright millennial, you look at everything that with a glass half full point of view, that there's opportunity in everything. So today I want to share with you 8 steps. How many? Can you type in how many? 8 steps on how to climb your real estate success mountain. Game na ba kayo? Alright, mga millennials, game na ba kayo? Type there, game na. So this is the 8 steps to climbing your real estate mountain. Ayan. So number 1, I will be running through this one by one. So ito lang yung kailangan nyo i-memorize. You need 8 steps. Kumbaga sa pagluluto, ito yung mga steps to make your sushi bake. Ito yung steps. You have to follow it step by step, one at a time. So there's ground zero, wherein you're going to start. There's saving, there's educating yourself, and the right questions to ask, short-term or long-term, your real estate team. I'm going to give you tips on leasing, real estate financing, and exit and taking profit. So how many steps? Yan, type in below. So let's prepare for our climb. You know, the analogy of climbing a mountain is very, very good analogy. Number 1, while you're on the ground, you have to prepare for your foundation. And as a foundation, I tell you guys, keep being productive. Keep developing experience. Volunteer. Just keep on trying. Join new things. Experiment and learn. Be productive. So that's my first advice to the bright millennials. Be productive. And you know, nothing beats active work. Wag nyo iisipin at such a young age na gusto ko na mag-retire at 30. Gusto ko na mag-retire. Wag. It's gonna affect you. Wag mo isipin nyo. Ang isipin nyo, I wanna make the most of my young age, lahat. And I tell you, volunteering, getting experience is the best way for you to grow and grow. Ayan. So nothing beats active work. So that's my first advice. Keep being productive. Pasukan nyo lahat ng kaya nyong pasukan just for the experience. Lahat ng maganda, of course. Don't do the bad things. You know, let me share with you. Ito, I'm sure alam na to. This is a trivia question. What do you, me, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Henry C., and all the Taipans have in common? Lahat tayo meron ito. Ikaw, ako, sila Garrett, sila Paulo, everybody, rich or poor, we have the same of this. What is that? Can you type in the chat box? Yes, you are right. We all have 24 hours a day. Wow, di ba? Wow, even if you're rich, super rich, ultra rich, or you're poor, sabi nga sa Rappler ba yun na upper class but not rich, o kaya lower class but not poor. Lahat tayo pare-pareho. We have the 24-hour blessing. We all have 24 hours a day. How do you use this time will determine if you will become successful as you grow up. So very important yan. Wag nyong i-waste ang 24-hour blessing ninyo. And okay, that's the ground zero, di ba? Active work and be productive. Step number 1, we're gonna climb the mountain. Number 1, I want you to save. Be careful with your expenses. Okay? Wag tayo masyadong mag-aim ng mga short-term goals, di ba? Yung mga masyadong, you know, the worldly material things. Huwag na tayo mag-collect ng mga rubber shoes or huwag na tayo mag-collect ng mga kung ano-anong toys. I-save natin yun so we can make our money work for you. Let me share with you this concept. This is the concept of man at work and money at work. So put it simply, pag pupunta tayo, you know, as a young millennial like me, I would go to Tiangge, I would work in Ayala, every day papasok ako. It will be man at work. Ako ang nagtatrabaho. But eventually, when you've saved up enough money already, ayan na, meron na kayong investment. Diba? Nagwo-work na rin yung money for you. The most basic investment is your savings in your bank. Diba? If you put in 1 million there, kahit papano after 1 year, meron kang konting profits. That's the most simple money at work. But imagine if you had 100 million. Oh, di ba? Nagising lahat, di ba? Imagine if you had, let's try to compute, guys. Sino bang mga accountant dito or banker? If you have 100 million in the bank, you know, wala namang masama, di ba? Managinip ng gising, di ba? If you have 100 million in the bank, how much would you get per year? A 3% interest. Let's see who are the bankers in the group. Diba? Wow, ang dami na natin viewers right now. And the comments keep coming in. 100 million at 3%. Let me do the math. I think that's mga 3 million ba? So 100 million, 10 million. I think that's 3 million a year. Wow. 3 million a year of money working for you. If you have 100 million. So nakakatuwa, di ba? So I encourage you, save para lumaki-laki ang cash position nyo. And now you have a cash, you can now freely invest it, di ba? Let me share with you. Ito na another question. What is the difference of asset and liability? Okay, if you know the answer, can you go to the chat box? What is your interpretation ng asset and liability? Yan. Wala naman right or wrong answer. You can try answering. You know, in accounting term, iba yung asset, di ba? Asset, liability. But you know, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, si Robert Kiyosaki made it really simple and easy to understand. Sinabi lang niya, simple. An asset puts money in your pocket. An asset puts money in your pocket. And a liability takes money out of your pocket. Di ba? Very simple. So, knowing that concept, anong gusto mong bilhin na mga bagay? Something na takes money away from your pocket or something that gives money to your pocket? Ayan. So, let me share with you. Ano ba ang mga products? Yes, I see your mga comments, Clarice. Here are some of assets. No? Bank products. Yes, that's the basic foundation. Everybody should have a bank product. Insurance product. Also, they give money to your pocket. Rental properties. Ayan na, pag meron ka ng paupahan, apartments. Successful business. It also gives money to your pocket. But I also have to emphasize, successful business. Kasi pag hindi naman successful yung business mo, then it is taking money out of your pocket. Employees. If you're a small business na meron kang employees, they're not called employees anymore. They're now called resources. Diba? If they work and after you pay them, may excess, that is your profit. And every day they work for you. And that is the concept of many tycoons. Diba? They have many employees and each one of them is giving the taipan money to their pockets. You have trucks, delivery trucks, machineries. If you're in Lalamove, Grab, yung motorcycle nyo, those are assets that gives money to your pocket. And of course, things that are capital appreciating, mga things na nag-i-increase in value. Ano ba mga gamit na nag-i-increase in value? Can you type below? Jewelries. Ayan. Oo. Rubber shoes. Some rubber shoes, I think they increase in value. Ladies handbag, tumataas bang value? Some says, umaakit na yung value. But jewelry, umaakit in value yan. And of course, property, the capital appreciate. What are liabilities naman? Things that takes money out of your pocket. Ano ba? Ano ba mga liability? Can you type below? Ano bang mga liability ng mga millennials right now? Of course, sabi nila, kung ang bahay, ang second home mo ay hindi nagiging rental property, then it can be a liability. That's why we always have to buy a property that we can rent out. An expensive car. Or if you have 3, 4, 5 cars na nakapark lang sa garage nyo, it's losing its value. Diba? And sabi nga ng mga wealthy taipans, pag meron silang airplane or yacht or boat, they are also losing in value every day, every month. Club membership also lose value because you have to pay mga expenses, but it's an investment naman to your family, di ba? And of course, some of the luxury items also take money out of our pocket. Kaya it's very important that we are save, and imagine if lahat ng ipon nyo na ilagay nyo sa bagay that gives money to your pocket, di ba? And that would be so exciting. Oo nga, may nagsabi na cellphone is a liability. Grabe, no? Who would have imagined that ang cellphone is now more expensive than your desktop computer? Diba? I just saw an advertisement for Samsung Note 20. 60,000 pesos. Magkano lang laptop? 20,000 pesos. Grabe, diba? Nakakatuwa. Step number 2 is to educate yourself. You know, as a bright millennial, you know, you are here right now, you should give yourself a pat on the back. You know, education is for me the best investment. It's something na pag pinasok mo sa body mo, nobody can take them away. So I encourage you as a bright millennial, educate yourself. Especially right now, you have YouTube, you have seminars, webinars. Just keep Signing up and learning and learning. Number 2, I wanna add, habang nag-educate ka, gusto ko managinip kayo ng gising. Dream big because we have a big God. You visualize. Habang wala ka pang pambili, you imagine, visualize mo, how am I gonna save up for this property? How am I gonna, paano ko ba may ipon to? Itong 3 million, 4 million to, you visualize it, di ba? And you know, most often than not, and I know you can, you have experience. Pag nilagay nyo isang gamit sa wallpaper nyo, visualize nyo, pinangarap nyo, it happens. Agree? Agree kayo, right? If that happened to you, just say, I agree with that. And of course, you have to visualize. What if you have the property na? How do you renovate it? I-renovate ko ba ng Japanese style, Scandinavian style, ano bang style, you know? Mangarap kayo na mangarap, and I tell you, it will happen. And of course, you have to prepare. How do you set it up for lease? So bago pa dumating yung property, you're already visualizing it. Ayan. You know, let me share with you a story about the average one and the rich one. You know, the average one. Gusto niyo ba maging average? Sino dito ang average one? Sino dito ang rich one? You know, comment down below. You know, si average one, work only 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Ano ginagawa niya pag weekend? I don't know. Diba? Nagpupuyat, goes partying, nagpupuyat. So next day, Saturday, Sunday, sleep. Late morning, sleep over. I'm gonna sleep long today. Diba? But the rich one, they work hard. They know na during 9 to 5, they will give the best they can. And after that, they would even volunteer and do extra mile because they know na they will be promoted faster if they work hard and give more extra mile. The average one party hards, but the rich one matipid. You know, guys, alam ko when I was younger, and I'm sure you can relate, pag masyado kang matipid, tinitease kayo sa school, di ba? Ay, si ganun, kuripot, di ba? But now that you're a bright millennial, alam natin na hindi. This is the right way to go. Okay lang kuripot, okay lang I don't drink expensive coffee and I don't eat at expensive restaurants at may baon ako because I know I can reach my financial freedom earlier if I save. Average one, you only live once, di ba? Talagang YOLO. But the rich one, meron siyang big goal, meron siyang long-term goal. The average one, gusto niya ng get rich quick. Nagre-relax siya during the weekend. And the rich one naman, is slow and steady. Dahan-dahan, basta one step at a time, building up. And during weekend, nag-hustle. How many here may sideline? Type on the comment below. Me, ako, may sideline ako. And even you can share, ano bang sideline ninyo? And of course, the average one buys liability and the rich one, they buy asset. And of course, good debt versus bad debt. Do you know what's a good debt versus bad debt? A bad debt is, for example, you swipe something in your credit card na hindi mo naman kailangan. And then you have to pay for it for 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. A good debt naman is something na bibilin mo, but it gives money to you. Like it gives a rental income to you. Okay lang mag-debt if it gives money to you. Are you guys learning? If you guys are learning, comment below. I'm learning. Ayan, nakaka-energize yung mga comment nyo below. So please just keep on commenting. Number 3 steps, the right question to ask. I'm gonna teach you, bright millennials. When you buy your property, ano bang dapat tinatanong nyo? And it's not all about the price. It has to be, what is my target market? Who will rent my property? You ask your AMAIA agent this. Sino bang target market ko to rent out? Malaking market ba yan? Saan sila nag-work? May malapit ba na office? If you're targeting the working class market, may malapit ba na office? Kumusta ang acquisition price ko? Is it low or is it overpriced? And then you have to ask yourself, as a bright millennial, do I have enough funds? Is my source of income stable? You know, I want to encourage all the bright millennials na at least have 6 months of your monthly expense as an emergency fund. And then after that, you monitor your monthly expense. So, kunyari, nakatira pa kayo sa parents nyo. If your monthly expense is 20,000 and you're earning with your side hustle 50,000, then meron kayong 30,000 excess, then you're good to go. You can invest the 30,000 in excess. And of course, you have to ask yourself, if ever an unexpected problem comes, what is my exit? So you have to ask that question. And of course, lastly, once the unit is there, how do I attract tenant? How do I advertise my unit? Ayan, you can ask your AMAIA sales agent that. And I want to share with you that features like pool, playground, outdoor, open area, they make the condominium, they make the place more desirable for renters. So what am I saying? If you're gonna buy a property, make sure meron mga amenities because it's more preferred by the renters. All right, I'm going to teach you two techniques, the short term and the long term. What are short term techniques of a property owner? You have to know how to renovate. You have to know how to advertise to lease out. And you have to know how to take care of your tenants. You know, wag na natin i-adapt yung old adage na landlord, wherein I'm the Lord, you follow me. Now, we treat our tenants as if they are our best customers. Diba? We treat them well because they are the goose that lays the golden eggs for us. And as a property owner, you have your long-term techniques. You have to know how to maintain your property. You have to set aside budget para ma-keep mo yung interior updated and clean. And eventually, if you want to sell in the long term, you have to talk to your agent on how do you price your property for selling. So yun yung mga dapat alamin nyo while you are entering a property investment. Number 5, ayan. So nakita nyo yung guy sa mountain. Medyo midway na tayo. How many steps am I gonna teach you? 8 steps. So we're now at step number 5. You have to have a real estate team. Diba? You cannot do this alone. So who are the people in your team? So I want to share with you this very important team so that i-mark nyo na, sino ba yung mga team nyo? You have to have an architect to give you advice on your property. How do you maximize the space? Interior designer. How do you make this pleasant? How do you make this, sasabihin ng interior designer sa inyo, lagyan mo lang ng konting lighting, lagyan mo ng more storage, lagyan mo ng, bili ka ng furniture dito sa store na to. You also need list of good suppliers. If you want to grow your real estate business, you have to have sources of furniture na hindi mahal. Blinds, appliances, aircon, cooktop, oven. Diba? You have to have cleaning people. Para isang tawag ka lang, makiklean na yung unit nyo. How about bedding? Saan ka bibili para maganda yung beddings mo, parang hotel? Diba? And you have to have mga handyman. Diba? Para kung may nasira sa unit nyo, meron kayong team na pwedeng tawagan. Mga tubero, electrician. So, you have to have your accountant to help you file your taxes, your returns, and maybe a lawyer friend also to help you if in case you have a problem with your rent. And of course, your real estate agent or broker to help guide you with your pricing. Number 6 naman ay tips on leasing. Diba? So I want to share with you some tips. Number 1, treat your tenant like a customer. Diba? You should, alam ko, you can relate to your previous tenants, previous landlord who has been very tough on you. But tayo, we are a millennial landlord. We treat our tenants like our goose that lays our golden eggs. We treat them very nicely. We always give value. We don't, hindi natin tinatanong, ano bang pwede kong makuha? You ask, ano bang pwede kong mabigay? And the rent and the money would automatically come. Make sure that you design it in a way that you personally would like to stay in the unit. Diba? Kasi if you personally you are happy with the unit, then I guarantee you somebody else will pay to stay in your unit. And of course, pricing is very important. It should not be overpriced. And of course, I want to share with you the golden rule. What is the golden rule? Can you type in the chat box? What is the golden rule? Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. So, you know, I want to give you advice. You're a millennial investor starting out, and maybe, who knows, after 10, 20, 30 years, you will be a property type hand. And it all starts by following the golden rule. Would you agree? Give me a thumbs up if you agree on the golden rule. I want to share with you that a property with nearby anchor, like office buildings, malls, university, increase the demand of your rental property. So if there's a university nearby, you have student tenants. If there's a BPO office nearby, you have the working class tenants. Ayan. If you have embassy nearby, if you have schools, you can also have teacher tenant and expat tenants. Thank you, Janelle. I see your comment. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. Yes, we're almost at the top of our mountain. Nag-e-enjoy ba kayo? Are you guys learning? If you are learning, please type, I'm learning, I'm enjoying. Thank you, Sir Carl. Comment lang kayo. Number 7, advice. Ayan, kung makita niyo si Little Man, medyo nasa taas na siya ng mountain. Being in real estate, one of the features of real estate is you can borrow money. You can leverage. Not many investment products you can borrow to buy. Diba? But I need you to be well educated before you borrow money. Diba? When you borrow money, I want you to ask, ano ba ang reward? But I also want you to ask, ano ba yung risk ko of borrowing money? Sometimes tayo as Filipinos, we don't want to ask the negative questions. But it's okay to ask the negative questions so you can be prepared. So number 1, real estate financing. It's one of the few financial products that you can leverage. And I'll tell you about leverage in a bit. It's using other people's money to buy the property. You can use the bank, you can use a partner, and you can buy it. And you can, kunwari, with only 30%, 40%, you can now acquire the property as if it was yours, and you can now get the rental income. Yan, my recommendation is the 50-50 sweet spot, meaning ideally yung cash out nyo with your own money over the installment period is 50%. At pag nag-turnover na, you borrow 50% from the bank. That is a very safe ratio. So remember that golden ratio. And of course, you have to ask, ano ba yung mga risks? Like kayo, mga millennials, you have to factor each life stage, di ba? Magkakaroon ba kayo ng kids? Ano bang expected number? You know, I've met a lot of young people, even older people. When I ask them, what is your monthly expenses? They don't know. Sir Carl, ayaw kong bilangin. Baka matakot lang ako. Wag kayong matakot. You have to count it. You have to accept reality. You have to know what is your monthly expense and you list it down line by line sa Excel because that will help guide you kung saan ba kayo nag-overspend. Ayan. And of course, when you start borrowing money, you have to make sure that your income is stable. Diba? Or at least meron kayong 6 months to 1 year na savings in the bank in case for emergency purposes. You know, do you know this guy? Yes. He's one of my mentors and Taipan, one of my idols. That's Henry C. Jr., the owner of SM. What is leverage? The leverage is using borrowed resource to increase the gain of your capital. When you put in your down payment with an AMAIA property, you lock in the price. Hindi na tumataas ang price. That's leverage. It's like saying na, architect, can I pay you only 1 million? And itayo mo na yung bahay. I will pay you after 5 years pagtapos na, but no price increase. So that's leverage. You know, the wealthy, they know how to leverage. They leverage many things. They leverage other people's time. They leverage other people's talents, other people's ideas, intelligence, even other people's reputation. And yung mga tie-ups, collaboration. You know? So I also want you as a bright millennial to learn the power of leverage. You know what? You know this guy, one of my mentors also, is the owner of Jollibee. Let me ask you a question, guys. What do you think is the secret of the wealthy? It starts with P and I. Chat on the box below. What is the secret of the wealthy? Yes, P and I, passive income. I want to share with you that almost all, I think all of the wealthy, they have their money working for them. Their 24 hours is so jam-packed with multiple streams of income, money working for them. So kahit isang tao lang sila, they have multiple channels of income working for them. And now we have reached the top. Congratulations, everybody. We've reached the top of your real estate mountain. This is something that you need to factor in down the road. Exit and taking profit. You know, real estate is for long term. I encourage everybody to hold the real estate for longer time. Sabi nga nila real estate is bad. It's not liquid. Diba? Hindi mo siya kayang ibenta agad, which I think is also good. Diba? Kasi you want to be able to hold on the real estate. Kaya ang dami-daming Filipinos na they benefit from the real estate na tipong, hay, buti hindi ko na ibenta tong property. Now that I'm at my senior age, nabenta ko siya, this is now my retirement fund, diba? And of course, if your property has income, has cash flow, just keep on making your money work for you. If your family needs money, then that's the time you sell your property. Ayan. So last few slides. Most tycoons have property in their portfolio. You should have property too. Your best investment is your primary home. Yes. Building a brighter tomorrow starts today. Focus on progress, not perfection. Just like climbing a mountain, do not be in a hurry. Take things one step at a time. You will eventually reach the top. And I hope you guys enjoy your 8 steps to climbing your real estate mountain. If you enjoy it, please comment below. I enjoyed, I learned, tell me how you feel. And, you know, the Lord will send a blessing on your barns and on everything you put your hand to. The Lord your God will bless you in the land He is giving you. Dream big, guys, because we have a big God. Thank you very much for being a great and energetic audience.
All right. Ayan. Thank you so much again, once again, to Sir Carl D for sharing his thoughts and experiences in real estate and investment. Thank you so much, Sir Carl D. Ang dami kong natutunan from you. Grabe.
Thank you.
Ayan. Pero to recap, no, again, I'd like to reiterate a lot of learnings from Sir Carl. Pero I'll just share to you two of the best learnings that I have, that I would like to, again, not to remind everyone. I'd start dun sa one of the very last topics that he discussed, which is yung, ayan, passive income is one of the secrets of the wealthy. Again, no, as what Sir Carl D nga has discussed a while ago, okay, let us make the money work for us. Kasi again, nothing beats. Yes, hard work is great, no? But still, again, if you work smarter, that is where you make money work for you na. Okay, and siguro last key takeaway ko from Sir Carl D is the very first one naman na sinabi niya kanina. Okay, and yun yung pinaka nagustuhan ko na yun nga, showing up to this webinar is already an achievement for all of the bright millennials. Tama ba, Sir Carl D?
Tama, you know, it's a win. You should give yourself a clap. And staying until this part, give yourself a clap.
Yes, and yun nga, sabi nga din ni Sir Carl, based sa ground zero, no, nothing beats active work. So again, everyone, before you come to this webinar, you actually have an option. Pupunta ba ako sa webinar or gagawin ko ba yung other things na ginagawa ko na lang din every weekend na manonood ng YouTube, ng TV, or who knows. Okay? It's okay to have fun, no? Di ba? As we all agree naman, we always try to have fun pa rin. Pero let's try to balance, and going or showing up to this webinar is a win. So again, give yourselves a round of applause kasi you have been here. You made yourself a lot more productive. And with that, no, thank you so much, Sir Carl D. Grabe, ang dami kong learnings. And hopefully, no, again, if you have learnings, let's type it on sa ating comment section. Okay, so hopefully you have learned as well as me. No, ayan. Thank you so much, Sir Carl. Ayan. Sige. So as of now, we are, no, ilan na ba yung viewers natin? Okay, we are currently 380 plus. Grabe, ang dami nating live viewers right now sa ating Facebook Live. So again, if you'd still have friends or family members na gustong pumunta or gusto nyo i-invite, no, still try to invite them while we are still waiting. Okay? And with that, again, no, send your questions as well sa ating comment section. And, okay, moving forward, no, hindi ko napapahabain pa yung ating introduction. Now, moving forward to our next speaker, ayan, to share with us her experience in investing with AMAIA. All right, let us all welcome our second speaker, another millennial advisor, sales development head. Now, she is a sales development head and marketing manager of AMAIA Land Corp. Let us all welcome Miss Lorene Natividad Fabi. Hello, Miss Lorene. Good evening.
Hello, Paolo. Good evening. Let me just share my slides.
All right.
Okay. I hope everyone is doing well. There you go. So, good evening, fellow bright millennials. And for the next 20 minutes, I'll be sharing with you 3 things. First one would be why and how did I invest in real estate during my mid-20s. I am actually 34 years old now, married to a wonderful husband and have a wonderful kid. So, isi-share ko sa inyo yan. Bakit nga ba and paano? Second would be, why did I choose AMAIA land as my very first investment? And bakit AMAIA ulit yung mga sumunod? And the last, given the very powerful platform of social media, and thank you to Bright Millennial for hosting this event, I'd like to leave with you as the third part of my talk is I'd like to share with you one idea that I heard when I was 21 years old, and it really changed my life and perspective. And even up to this moment, I am still living with that idea. So those are the three things that I'm going to share with you tonight. So let's dive into the first one. So bakit nga ba, paano nga ba ako nagsimulang mag-invest sa real estate? So when I was 21 years old, I was a fresh grad from the university. I landed a job under the umbrella of Ayala Land. And ang una kong trabaho, I was a project sales coordinator. So ano bang ginagawa ng project sales coordinator? I do usually sample computations for sellers, for brokers. I do assistance para doon sa mga real estate salesperson natin. And my salary then was 10,500. And during that time, neneng-nene pa talaga ako noon. The buzz in the company was New Valley. So everybody's talking about New Valley. It's a project. It's an Ayala land development in Santa Rosa, Laguna. And I remember during one of the days na nasa office ako, my boss then, she told me, mag-invest ka sa New Valley kahit lupa lang. And lot then, if I can remember it right, is around 800,000. So syempre ako, bilang isang bagong graduate, na first time kumita ng sweldo, first time na mag-earn ng sarili kong pera, syempre ang sagot ko lang, hindi ko pa po kaya yan. Syempre sa bubble thought ko, 10,500 lang sweldo ko parang ganun. And then she insisted, sabi niya, hindi, magpatulong ka sa parents mo o kaya sa brother mo. So I just shrugged off the idea and I went on with my life as a fresh grad. So I continued. I invested not on real estate, but I invested on happiness. So yung happiness sa akin, noong mga panahong yon, ay mga bagay na ito. So first launch ng iPhone noon, yes, I am 34 years old now. So first launch ng iPhone, dapat meron ako niyan. So ito yung mga bagay na nagpapasaya sa akin, the things na hindi ko naman na-experience dati, pag-travel to the places na hindi ko pa napuntahan, pagbili ng shoes, bags, bagong damit, gadgets, and nakishare ako sa parents ko in terms of amortization para makapag-drive ako ng car going to work. Imagine, 10,500 yung sweldo, tapos nakakotse ka papuntang Alabang. Siyempre, nagpapagas nun yung dad ko. So, ang aking pananaw sa buhay nun is, ang pera, kayang kitain yan. So, pera lang yan, kaya kong kitain yan. Pero, yung happiness ko ngayon, pag binili ko tong mga gamit na to, yung mga ganyan, hindi yun kayang bayaran. Hindi yun kayang bayaran ng money. So, nabubuhay ako dun sa idea na you only live once. So, YOLO kung YOLO. Ito yung sinasabi ni Sir Carl kanina na YOLO talaga. But something happened during 2012 that changed my life. And what was that? So, fast forward, I was advised by my surgeon that I needed to undergo a spine operation because I have a 55-degree scoliosis. So yung spine mo, nagpo-curve siya, and the doctor advised me na the degree is increasing actually, and it's not very urgent, but eventually you need to have an operation because if the degree continuously increase, it might crush your lung. So, nung sinabi niya sa akin na 500,000, tapos sabi niya, pero pwede naman tayong pumila sa PGH para medyo bumaba, ganyan. So, alam ko na that time na wala yun, hindi yun option. Kasi I came from a middle class family, wala naman kaming ganung pera. But then, I still updated my mom. I texted her, so sabi ko, I went to Dr. Ganyan, and he told me ganito, ganyan. Yun lang, that's it. The objective was to update her. And then she replied. Sabi nung mommy ko, that was June 5, 2012, and she said, sige, magpa-schedule ka na next month. So, naguluhan ako, hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko. I was just focused in terms of the operation. So, I was just really, really thankful to my mom and dad na meron silang natabi palang pera, meron pala silang savings, and without a blink of an eye, sige, go. And to be honest, nahiya din ako sa kanila because that money, kung paano man nila na-acquire yon or kung saan man nila kinuha yon, it could have been their retirement fund already and nakakahiya. Tapos ako, I look back 3 years ago, wala akong na-contribute kundi yung health card na pinrovide ng company. So I left the hospital with 850,000 pesos medical bill because sa Asian Hospital pa nila ako pina-opera. So nung nandun ako, kada isang gabi na mag-overnight ako doon, alam ko ang bilis-bilis ng flow ng gastusin. So it made me realize and it made me ask 3 questions about the future. So, number 1, sabi ko, paano kapag kailangan ko ulit operahan? Lalapit na naman ba ako sa parents ko para i-shoulder nila yung expense ko? Ilang taon na ako nagtatrabaho. That's my first question. Second question ko was, what if dumating yung time that my parents will be the one who will be needing my support financially? Meron ba akong mabibigay sa kanila? And the last one that really may tumama talaga sa akin is, what if in the future, I'll have my own son or daughter na kailangan kong paoperahan? Magiging kagaya kaya ako ng parents ko at kaya kong sabihin sa anak ko na, sige, pa-schedule ka na next month. Or iikot ang ulo ko, hindi ko alam, mangungutang ako kung saan ko kukunin yung money na yun. So that particular event in my life made me question, ano bang ginagawa ko sa pera ko? 3 taon ako nagtrabaho, wala, hindi ko alam kung saan napunta, wala akong na-contribute. Yung HR namin before, namang problema kasi yung salary deduction ko, negative na. Hindi na nila alam kung saan nila ibabawas. So those things, those 3 questions, made me realize na ang hirap palang maging mahirap. Those are the things that I took for granted. Hindi ko alam na ito na pala yung totoong buhay. Ito na pala siya. Andito na pala ako. Hindi na pala ako nag-aaral lang or naglalaro lang. That's why the journey of financial freedom began. It was really a life-changing event for me. So, saan pa ba ako titingin? So, dahil nagtatrabaho din naman ako under the umbrella of Ayala, I was with AMAIA already. Binalikan ko yung sinabi sa akin ng boss ko na 800,000 na New Valley property. So, balik ako doon, tinignan ko, baka naman mapaghandaan ko na siya. But unfortunately, pagbalik ko nun, unfortunately or fortunately, that New Valley property is already at 2.5 million. Even the landscape changed already. And even though I have the money of 2.5 or whatever it is na pang down payment or reservation fee, that particular lot, kahit gusto kong bilhin, anong gagawin ko? Sold out na. So that's the thing pala pagdating sa real estate. Kahit pag-ipunan mo, by the time na ready ka na, kung magiging ready ka, yung inaay mo na property, most likely, wala na. So, ano na lang nasabi ko? Syempre, para sa akin, ano ba bang sasabihin ko? Sayang. So, naisip ko, kung pinatulan ko pala yung boss ko, kung nakinig pala ako sa kanya at nag-invest ako dati 800,000 at kinausap ko yung parents ko, baka naman, di ba? So, yung 850,000 namin ng medical bills, kung 2.5 million na yung worth ng property nun, sana kung ibebenta ko man siya, kasi sold out so ibig sabihin in demand. So kung binenta ko pala yun, pwedeng nabayaran namin yung bill, may kinita pa ako, and most importantly, hindi nagalaw ng parents ko yung pera nila para sa kanila. So, I started to educate myself. Kaya natutuwa ako dun sa talk ni Sir Carl, parang medyo nakaka-identify ako dun sa mga ilang steps. So, nag-aral talaga ako. And you guys are very lucky today because you have webinars like this. Way back, I was really searching YouTube, what are the investment types from the bank, etc., etc. And that time, ang pinapanood ko, ANC on the money. So, doon ko natutunan yung mga concept ng VUL, UITF, yung mga ganon. Wala naman akong pera kasi nagbabayad pa nga ako ng utang sa company namin. Pero gusto ko lang maintindihan kasi may mga ganito pala, bakit hindi natin alam? Bakit hindi alam ng mga normal na tao, ng mga middle class especially? So I educated myself and I'd like to share with you. A few days ago, I was reading or I was listening sa mga motivational talks and all. At natutunan ko or narinig ko, I'll share with you, sabi nila, it's better to be prepared daw for an opportunity and not have one. So kahit wala pa yung opportunity, mas mabuti daw na nagpe-prepare ka versus andyan na yung opportunity, kaso hindi ka prepared. So which one is better? Of course, whether nandyan yan or wala, whether magkano yan or hindi, the most important thing is you prepare, whether it's through education, it's through saving, or any step, kailangan lang naghahanda ka. So pagdating ng 2013, lo and behold, AMAIA Land Corp opened its first mid-rise residential development in New Valley, and without a blink of an eye, alam ko yung regrets ko with the lot na inoffer sa akin ng boss ko. Yung regret ko, sabi ko, hindi ko na uulitin. That's why, right away, nagbigay ako ng reservation fee ko and I reserved AMAIA SCAPES New Valley at 1.7 million. So, hindi ko sinabi yan kahit kanino. Hindi ako nag-consult sa parents ko, hindi ako nagsabi sa mga friends ko. You know why? Because sometimes, pag humingi ka pa ng opinion sa mga iba't ibang tao, naguguluhan ka lang eh. Pero ako, alam ko, ito yung gusto ko, ito yung naranasan ko, ito yung objective ko. And be very mindful in terms of who you ask for advice. Because sometimes, nagtatanong ka dun sa mga tao na wala namang real estate investment. So yan, dapat nakikinig tayo kay Sir Carl, yung mga property gurus natin. So, kung alam yung focus mo, inaral mo, and then you listen to those who are really into it para sabihin sa'yo na maganda siya or pangit siya, then go ka na dyan. So, because of this talk, yesterday I checked, magkano na nga ba yung AMAIA SCAPES New Valley that I reserved last 2013. And I am very, very happy to know that that property now is already at 3.85 million. That's a studio unit with balcony facing the tree nursery. So, kuha ko na yung mababang presyo, the pre-selling price, kuha ko pa yung magandang location. Kasi inabangan ko talaga siya. So just imagine from 1.7 to 3.85, that's 126% growth. But there's a catch pala dito, which I learned from Mr. Rex Mendoza last month when I watched this webinar. Medyo deceiving pa nga yung 126% because yung 1.7 million na sinasabi natin na starting price ng 2013, hindi ko naman binayaran ng isang bagsak eh. Hindi ko naman siya binayaran ng outright cash. Wala naman ako 1.7 million. Ang binayad ko lang dun, reservation fee. And then when I computed everything that I paid from 2013 to 2020, hindi mo na namalayan. Hindi ko na namalayan. It was actually 1.1 million. So kung i-compare natin siya, simple math, ang total money na nalabas ko na is 1.1 million. The property now is 3.85 million. That's actually 242% more than what I already paid for. So are you getting the logic? In terms of value appreciation, 126% na siya. Pero dahil installment ko siya kinuha through a financing, sa totoong buhay, hindi ko pa naman talaga binabayaran yung 1.7 million. So in all these things, medyo nakita ko na, shocks, ganito pala mag-invest sa real estate. So, with that, nakaka-addict pala siya. Seryoso. Kapag sinimulan mo siya, at na-realize mo na, ito lang yung nilalabas ko every month, tapos ganito yung value ng property, you're talking about millions, parang feeling mo you're in the right direction. So, after 2 years, I reserved another property still with AMAIA. It's AMAIA SCAPES Alabang, last 2015, and that's at 2.2 million. So, mamaya, I'll share with you magkano ba sweldo mo? Bakit bili ka ng bili ng mga milyon-milyon ganyan? So kung akala nyo, malaki sweldo ko nung mga panahong yan, I'm just an average senior associate or associate manager that time. And this is how I did it. Okay, so 2020, 4.2 million na siya. This is the breakdown of payment for my AMAIA SCAPES Alabang. The reservation fee then is around 5 to 10,000. I think 10,000. And the down payment for 3 years is just 7,000. Bakit ganun? So usually, ito maraming question na nakuha kami sa registration. That's why I included it in the presentation. When you pay the reservation, after the reservation fee, there is a required down payment. So ito yung sinabi ni Sir Carl na 20 to 30%, ganyan. With AMAIA, we only require 10%. And the 10% down payment, it depends on the developer or the project of AMAIA kung ilang months or ilang years niya ito pababayaran sa'yo. And during that time, pre-selling si AMAIA SCAPES Alabang. So nakastretch siya ng 3 years. So if it's 2.2 million, 200,000 divided by 36 months together with the other charges, it's around 7,000. So ang inisip ko nun, kung 7,000 siya, ibig sabihin 3,500 per cut-off lang siya. So kung 3,500 per cut-off, baka naman kaya ko na siguro yun. So alam ko na yung bank amortization niya is at 15,500. Pero with 3 years, alam ko marami akong kayang gawin. So ito na yung sinabi ni Sir Carl na kailangan nag-produce ka ng madaming income, ng other sources of income. So marami akong mga racket, ganyan. And lo and behold, nagpa-bank amortize na ako, hindi ko na din siya masyadong nararamdaman. So, total amount that I paid from 2015 until yesterday that I checked is around 705,965. But wait, there's more, sabi nga nila. I was able to rent out that unit for 2 years already. So pagka-turnover sa akin, excited ako eh. Kasi alam ko na yung nangyari sa Nuvali. So ganito rin pala yan, pwede mo rin pala parentahan. So sa akin, ang goal ko lang that time was wag na akong maglabas masyado ng pera na 15,500 kasi nag-amortize na ako sa bangko eh. So may nangailangang mag-rent, 12,000. Sabi ko, sige, okay na yan. So at least ang babayaran ko na lang sa bangko is around 3,500. So talo ba ako doon? Hindi. Kasi parang siya na rin yung nagbabayad ng property. But after a year, my tenant didn't renew and someone came in, pinurnish ko yung unit, and I was able to rent it out at 35,000 per month. So, total rental income that I got for 2 years is around 564,000 pesos. And I don't need to be a mathematician or a finance graduate. Ima-minus ko lang yung total payment na binayad ko, 705,000, minus yung pumasok sa akin na 564. Kung titingnan ko, parang 141,000 lang yung, 142,000 lang yung nalabas ko talaga kasi may bumalik na sa akin. So, that's the beauty of these types of investment. And while all those things are happening, may pasok ng pera, ganyan, I will just watch the 2.2 million price when I purchase it, and now it's 4.2 million. And will I sell those properties ngayon? Syempre hindi. Syempre hindi ko pa siya ila-let go. So, I'd also like to add na, to be honest, when I got married, things changed. Nag-iba yung dynamics ng expenses, nag-iba na siya. And I was very happy that we were able to invest on these properties early on. Kasi nung nagpamilya na ako, naka-base 1 na ako. Parang ganun, hindi na namin poproblemahin yung mga kailangan natin mag-invest. We are continuously investing, but meron nang if you're familiar with it, parang meron nang nakasubi, parang ganun. And when we got married, we also bought another property. And to be honest, we looked at the competitors kasi we're looking for house and lot already. So we look for other competitors, and true enough, merong mas mura, meron ding mas malalaki as compared to where we are right now. But at the end of the day, we still opted to go for an Ayala land development because of the community, because of the safety that we feel inside. And I think that's one of the best selling points that we can be proud of, especially when you're starting a family. I want my kid to really grow in a community na safe, maganda yung mga kapitbahay, maayos yung komunidad, and as we grow old, nakikita namin that this is really the community for us. And going back, talking about the Alabang income, it actually helped us to build our emergency fund. May patuloy na pumapasok, especially this pandemic. Dito ko na-realize na of all the investments that we have, real estate yung continuously nagbibigay ng cash flow for us because one of the sources of our income is tourism, and affected siya, but then hindi kami kakaba-kaba because we have this income coming in para suportahan din kami whatever happens given this pandemic. So the 3 questions that I have about the future is actually not naman nasagot na, but somewhat there's a light na alam ko whatever happens, worst comes to worst, ano man ang mangyari, we have 3 properties already that we could look back to, we could start all over again, and more importantly, pwede namin ipamana sa anak namin. So, that's how and why I invested in real estate. The next question is, bakit nga ba sa AMAIA? So, very briefly, not because I work in AMAIA, but because of the reasons. Siyempre, kung nagtatrabaho ka sa loob, alam mo yung mga ins and out, alam mo yung maganda, alam mo yung improvement, etc. But for AMAIA Land, all Ayala land developments have 5 pillars that we are adhering to. Number 1, AMAIA Land, malapit sa lahat yan, all the locations. That's why the AMAIA Steps Alabang that I invested in is actually getting a good rental rate because of the location. Second, yung mga features and amenities niyan, yung design niyan, talagang may dating. In terms of quality, we offer workmanship warranty, and if a developer cannot offer a warranty, then we have a problem with that. It means they're not confident with the quality that they're offering. Fourth, you have easy on-the-pocket payment terms, and we have accessible growth centers or sales offices that you could go to. Hindi siya naka-centralized sa Manila or sa Alabang. Even in the North, Vismin, etc., there are offices there. And last, paangat ang buhay. So with all the things that I mentioned, somewhat alam ko na angat naman yung buhay with the investments na meron tayo. And those communities are actually safe and secure and has provisions for growth. These are the 5 pillars. And I'm telling you, you can also see the other developers are marketing it this way. Location, location, location. And siguro as a millennial as well, we want to know more. We want na mas madaming reasons. Bakit nga ba? Kasi para sa akin, halos pare-pareho naman yung nandiyan. Nagtatalk about location, quality, etc. So sa akin, I'll share with you 3 things that I personally like. That's why I invested and I will keep on investing with AMAIA. First one is, it fits my lifestyle and wallet. So parang ito, what's that term? Basta real talk lang. First one, it fits my lifestyle and wallet. Ang hirap, sino bang may ayaw ng 4-bedroom unit sa gitna ng Makati, mga ganyan. But in reality, kaya ba? At a very young age, at a relatively young age. Pinilit ko nga na bumili ng ganitong property sa isang mataas na developer. Kaso nakuba naman ako. So, still, I want to invest, but at the same time, naniniwala pa rin ako na hindi na bibili ng pera ang kaligayahan. So, kailangan may balance pa rin tayo doon. And AMAIA is the perfect balance na nakita ko na magsaserve ng purpose ko in terms of the things na I want to do, na hindi naman ako parang isang kahig isang tuka kasi nasa AMAIA lahat. But it's really a balance of everything. That's why I'd like to share with you AMAIA SCAPES Avenida. So, here, pinapakita lang dito si AMAIA SCAPES Avenida. It started at 1.2 million and now at 3.4 million. The next slide I'd like to show you, kaya ko sinishare sa inyo, is because I'm also looking at this property ngayon, to be honest. Because AMAIA SCAPES Avenida is offering flexi deals, meaning yung 10% down payment na sinabi ko kanina, it's being stretched to 54 months. Kung yung alabang ko kanina, binayaran ko ng 3 years, ito kaya nilang stretch up to 54 months. Bakit? Because this is a new building. The same time na binili ko si Nuvali at si Alabang. It's a new building. That's why the DP term is really low. So if you'll see here, it starts at 6,917 per month. So if you're married already, maghatian nyo yung 7,000 na kayong mag-asawa. If you're single, compute all the expenses. If kulang ng konti, tanong mo naman kayo sa parents, baka pwedeng pa-supply ng around kung magkano man, 2,000 or 1,000, it's up to you. But 6,917 per month for 54 months. At sa 54 months na yun, ang dami mong pwedeng gawin. Those investments, para siyang forced savings eh. It also pushed me to do well in my job, para galingan ko sa trabaho ko, kasi may responsibility ako, ayoko mawala yung investment na yun. So again, make use of that time. Hanap tayo ng mga opportunities out there, like being a financial advisor while working. I think it's also possible. And with AMAIA, we also have the referral network. So kung meron kang kakilala na gustong bumili ng AMAIA property, i-refer mo lang sa amin. For every 2 million, I guess you get 10,000 pesos without doing anything because it's the brokers who will attend to them. So maraming mga ways. You could do online selling, etc. So that 54 months, ang daming pwedeng mangyari. And if you're looking at the leasing potential naman of AMAIA Skies Avenida, this is it. 10,000 to 23,000 if you're renting it out to a Pinoy renter or even foreigner would do. So I'm giving you all these options so that makita ninyo value appreciation, rental opportunities, and again, the flexi deals natin for 54 months. But if you have savings in the bank and you are really thinking into investing already and you want to gain already from the rental opportunities, we have the Get Ready, Home Ready campaign. So these are the ready for occupancy units. So AMAIA Land also offers ready for occupancy units in the following locations. You could screenshot this particular slide so you would know when you ask your agent or brokers later on. So again, I chose AMAIA because it fits my lifestyle and my wallet without compromising my happiness. Okay. Second reason, three reasons lang to, don't worry. Second reason is I am very happy in terms of how the company is integrating sustainability into its development. So what do I mean? When we launched AMAIA noong 2010, even the houses, pinag-isipan na siya, like colored materials, big windows so that more light will come in. And as we innovate, hindi nagbabago yung mandate and yung desire that we need to integrate sustainability. And here, I'm also very happy to share with you that in AMAIA Series Vermosa, with our partnership with Green Ants, yung mga waste products natin, meron kasi sa company mga plastic dry campaigns, so yung mga plastic, ginagawa siya in partnership with Green Ants na Eco Bricks, nagiging Eco Paver, then nagiging Eco Cast. And in AMAIA Series Vermosa, if you're going to visit the site, you will see that 1 or 2 walls doon ng ating village pavilion is actually made of EcoCast. So this is just a few examples of how AMAIA is integrating sustainability in its development. And lastly, last few slides to go. I am really a believer of the value and the values of the company. When I say the value, sabi nga nila, pag Ayala Land, pag sinabi mo lang na Ayala yan, bebenta ka na eh, or parang okay na yan eh. But really, 29 mixed-use estates, 5 industrial estates, ganito kalawak yung mga businesses ng Ayala Land. And I'm not just talking about Ayala Land. Hindi pa natin sinasama yung Ayala Corporation in general. So with that track record, hindi naman siguro ako kakabahan na yung mga investments ko ay nasa Ayala Land, specifically with AMAIA Land. And we also aim for 100% code compliance, yung mga building code, fire, water, clean act, lahat yon, we really aim for compliance and the integrity of the projects and the company is there. And as an AMAIA employee also and a homeowner, I am really proud then on how Ayala is responding to the COVID-19 situation right now. So with these things, even AMAIA is really into it. So we open our community to support livelihood of farmers who were affected by this pandemic. So para sa akin, there really is no perfect company. It's run by humans and human can have errors. But what's important for me is at the end of the day, the values of the company, the integrity of the company is there. So kahit magkaroon ng mga concerns along the way, I know na hindi ako pababayaan ng company. And I can speak for that because I work inside. And I've been with the company for 10 years already. So that's the reason why, aside from the 5 pillars, I keep on choosing AMAIA Land. So it fits my lifestyle and wallet, it integrates sustainability, and I strongly believe on the integrity of the company. So for the last idea that I'm going to share with you, yung sinabi ko kanina na there's one idea that changed my life when I was 21 years old. This is the photo of that one. It was in Makati Stock Exchange. I was the one at the middle. And I was attending a seminar by Mr. Rex Mendoza. So hindi ko na naaalala yung buong talk niya kung ba't siya nandun. Basta isang idea lang yung nag-stick sa utak ko. And sabi niya, tayong mga Pilipino, mahilig tayong mangarap. And totoo yun. And I think it has always been part of our dream to own a property. At sabi niya, na-click ko na, no? Sabi niya, kapag nangarap tayo, we should always put a deadline to it. Alam ko narinig niyo na yung konsepto na to. There should be a target, it should be time-bound, etc. But the reason behind it is what is more powerful that struck me. You need to put a deadline in terms of what you aim for. And one of those, laging may property. Hindi nawawala sa pangarap ng isang Pilipino ang isang property para sa pamilya mo, para sa'yo, para sa magulang mo, or para sa anak mo. But the question is, if you don't put a deadline to it, kailan mo i-enjoy yung property na gusto mo? Kapag matanda ka na at hindi mo na kayang umakyat ng stairs, so kailangan yung bahay mo single story na lang na kwarto tapos restroom. Kailan mo balak i-travel yung pamilya mo? Yung parents mo sa ibang bansa, kailan mo sila gustong dalhin sa ibang bansa? Kapag hindi na nila masyadong na-appreciate kasi masakit na yung tuhod nila. Last question, kailan mo gustong iparanas sa anak mo ang isang magandang birthday celebration sa isang magandang community? Kapag 21 years old na sila or kapag mag-aasawa na sila? So again, it's very important for us to dream, but always put a deadline. And what I understand and what I realized is that real estate investment actually helped me to be closer to that dream na hindi lang para sa sarili ko, kundi para din sa pamilya ko. And some key takeaways with all the talk na sinabi ko sa real estate investment, ang aking tip lang para sa mga bright millennials out there. There are two things na napaka-importante. Oras, nakita nyo naman paano pinagsisihan ko in a matter of few years, how it appreciated, how I earned from it. And oras at kumpanya. Hindi lahat ng developer pare-pareho. Hindi lahat ng real estate pare-pareho. If you're going to invest your hard-earned money to a specific real estate developer, make sure dun ka na sa sigurado. So with that, I'd like to encourage everyone to take the first step. Ang daming webinars, ang daming information ngayon. But the question is, what are you going to do with it? And I will not just challenge you to take the first step. My challenge to you is, after this webinar, some real estate brokers or real estate salesperson will contact you. Nakakainis yung gano'n, diba? Feeling kasi natin ang kukulit nila. But please, ask for a sample computation. That's how specific I would like to request from you. Please ask for a sample computation. Pag nakuha niyo na yung sample computation at ayaw niyo na nakulitin nila kayo, sabihin niyo lang, please follow up after 1 year. Mga ganon. They will follow you. But don't let this opportunity pass. Ayoko na dumating yung panahon in the future that you're gonna look back to this webinar na pagsisisihan nyo, the way na pinagsisihan ko, na hindi ko kinonsider man lang na i-explore yung property sa Nuvali. But it's never too late. Whether you're a millennial or a relatively older millennial, timing for real estate, the best time to buy real estate is always today because the value doesn't appreciate if you buy from a well-reputable company. So these are the locations where AMAIA land projects are. We're all over the Philippines. And again, when you have a dream, put a deadline to it. And I'd like to add to that idea, always remember, bakit mo nga ba gustong matupad yung mga pangarap na yun. It's always for our family, for our loved ones, for our friends, or kung sino man yung mga mahal natin sa buhay. And whatever it is, you're here because you want to understand financial wellness, financial literacy, kung ano man yung mga kikitain ninyo, congratulations in advance from all these investments. Aside from doing it for our family or for our loved ones or for whatever reason, let's not forget to share it with others who are less fortunate than you, than us. And let's all help each other na maging maganda ang buhay natin. So with that, my last question, this is the first slide and I'd like to end with it as well. If you're not going to take the first step of asking for that sample computation today, when are you going to do it? Thank you very much. I'm Lorena Natividad Fabi. Back to you, Paolo.
Okay, ayan. Thank you so much, Ms. Lorene Fabi, for sharing your experiences in investment, in real estate, and in real life, no? Grabe, ang dami kong learnings from Ma'am Lorraine. By the way, no, just to share, Ma'am Lorraine is also my boss in AMAIA. Grabe, I've learned so much from you on this webinar. And sige, before I proceed with my key takeaways from Ma'am Lorraine, no, I'd like to encourage once again everyone to please no comment your questions or send your questions through our comment section. Okay, para if ever you'd have any kind of question, we could answer it in a very short while. Ayan. Pero sige, I'd like to share some key takeaways from Miss Lorino. Ang dami kong notes dito, grabe. Pero siguro, two of the best things or two of the things that gusto kong i-share ulit no, or na i-reiterate for everyone is that, okay, ayan nga, that we can work hard. Yes, we can really work hard, but we can also work smart. That with investing in AMAIA, you can have a community that you can call home and that you will want your kids or your children to grow na as even or as low as 6,900 pala. No, it's really a great way for us millennials, no, as us as young professionals could start our very own real estate investment, no? And also siguro yun nga, sabi ni Ms. Lorino, it's fine to have fun, no? But we are in real life. Okay, mahirap maging mahirap. Okay, and yung pinakahuling sinabi ni Ma'am Lorraine, if you could start on investing on a property, no, if you want it now, make a way for it to happen. Okay, and with that, no, it all boils down to making the money work for you. Tama ba? And once again, thank you so much, Ms. Lorraine, for sharing all of your learnings in life and in investment. All right. Sige. And with that, now once again, okay. Sige, I think we are ready now for our question and answer. No, and I'm seeing a couple of questions sa ating comment section. No, good thing some of you are sending. No, pero again, if you have more questions, feel free to send it sa ating comment section down below. Pero sige, we can start. No, I think we could start. So let's call back Sir Carl D and Miss Lorraine for our Q&A. Hello, good evening once again, Sir Carl.
Hello, I'm back.
Yes. All right. Sige. Let's start with the first question. Di ko napapahabain pa, no? And I believe this would be for Sir Carl. And sabi, and how will you compare the status of real estate investment to other types of investment in the Philippines? And also, is it really worthy or is it really worth the money to invest in real estate during this pandemic?
All right, Paolo, that is a very good question. Ano? The first one is real estate good investment versus other products? No, you know, I tell you guys, look back at history. Look at the wealthy. Look at yung mga may paupahan, may rental income. Look at those who sold their property. You know, Lorraine, that was a fantastic sharing. I have a personal friend who also bought in AMAIA, New Valley for 1.7 plus million, no? And she sold it during the quarantine for 3.5, 3.8 million. Yun. So that's a very strong sign na pag maganda yung real estate product mo, and then the neighborhood is nice, then there will be appreciation. Meaning may mga taong who appreciates the property. So I have a personal friend who experienced that during the quarantine. And then so siguro compared sa other products, you know, I've been in real estate just like Doreen for many, many years na. If you put your money, let's say, in a time deposit, kunwari na lang, yung speed niya, kunyari, it will make 3% in the bank. So, kunyari, yung gagawin mo in 30 years, kaya gawin ng rental income instead of 30 years, just 15 years. So if you look at it from a retirement or enjoying financial freedom point of view, it's cut in half, shorter by 15 years. Just because yung 3% return mo, naging 6%. So real estate is one of the few products that gives you rental, cash flow, plus capital appreciation. Plus, yung nabanggit nga ni Lorraine, pwede pang hulug-hulugan, di ba? So that's to answer the first question. Paolo, what's the second question again?
The second question would be, and is it really worth the money to invest in real estate during this time of pandemic?
You know, guys, if you look at history, again, guys, I'll be authentic right now. I cannot predict the future. But look at history. Meron ba nag-regret? Henry C. put up his SM North EDSA in 1985 during the People Power Revolution. Did he ever regret doing that? Next, 2000. If you bought a property, a condo, land in 2000, magkano lang yun versus now? If you bought a new valley noong 2008 during the Lehman Brothers US crisis, how much is that new valley versus today? So, history is always there to, you cannot tell the future, but you always look at history. Property has been very, very stable over the long term. And even today, guys, property that loses its value are properties na hindi appreciated, meaning hindi maraming tao may gusto. But if your property is like an Ayala land property inside a master plan village like Vermosa or New Valley, then it will not lose its value. Yeah. I hope I answered that question, Paulo.
Yes, Sir Carl, very clear no yung pagkaka-answer natin sa question. Pero yun nga no, and I really agree with Sir Carl kasi if you would compare no, real estate is really one of the most resilient investment portfolio in the Philippines as we could know it no. Kasi again, we haven't heard I personally haven't heard any property na yung property ko from 3.8 million naging 3.5 million na lang. Wala naman tayong naririnig na ganon. And Sir Carly, thank you for your wonderful answer for that one. Okay?
Thank you.
Up next, yan, siguro for Ma'am Lori naman to. Ayan. Question would be, okay, can you discuss paano po ba binabayaran ang down payment and loan sa bank?
Okay, so payment terms. So for AMAIA land, it depends, no? Just like a gaya na sinabi ko kanina, you will always start with the reservation fee. So the reservation fee is actually valid for 30 days. It's non-refundable, and after the reservation fee is the down payment. So it depends. The requirement is 10% down payment. Pero again, yung kanina na minention ko, for AMAIA Skies Avenida, since it's a new building, it's stretched up to 54 months. So after the 54th month, that's the time pa lang, or after the down payment, you will pay the bank amortization. So meron din naman tayong mga payment terms na because, for example, ready for occupancy units. So instead of 54% down payment, dahil nakatayo na yung building, you need to pay outright amount. But you need to check with your property specialist, with your real estate broker, because there's a lot of promo going on right now. Yun pala yung gusto kong i-highlight also. Given the situation that we're in right now, AMAIA Land is making it very easy for clients to still buy or purchase a property given the napakadali payment scheme and bigger discounts for ready for occupancy units. And then for the bank financing naman, it will happen. You will apply loans to the bank. Your brokers will also assist you on that. You will just need to submit income documents, yung certificate of employment, kung meron kang ITR, yung mga ganun. Mukha lang siyang complicated talaga, buying a home loan, ganun. But when you're on the process already, matututunan niyo siya, hindi pala siya ganun ka-complicated. Kaya pala ang daming yumayaman. Kasi ganun lang pala siya.
Yes.
Thanks.
Kaya pala
Sana
maraming
nasagot
yumayaman
ko.
katulad mo.
Thanks, Pao.
Ayan, thank you so much, Miss Loreen. Pero yun nga, just to add din dun sa sinabi ni Miss Loreen, no, in terms of bank financing, no, of course, banks right now are kind of having some, ups and downs. Pero with this kind, no, or with this kind of option that we have, it's easy. It's really easier for us na ma-approve because, of course, banks would also want funds for their future transactions as well. And of course, especially while we are young, especially mga young professionals right now na nasa mid-20s or early 30s, it's also great for us kasi mas madali tayong ma-approve because bata pa tayo. All right?
Okay, Paula, I'd like to add lang. Sorry, I'd like to add another insight. If you are really interested to know if ma-approve ba kayo sa bangko or hindi, on your sample computation, meron doon magkano ang estimated amortization sa bangko. Let's say, kunyari lang, 15,000, kagaya ng sa akin. 15,000, i-divide nyo lang siya by 0.40%. So kung ano yon, most likely yun yung required na salary na kailangan, and meron kang magkano yung amortization just divided by 0.40%. Medyo technical, but if you're really into that na at nandun ka na, that's a good guide to start with. Thank you.
All right. And thank you so much, Miss Lorene, for that. Pero sige, also have another question for you pa. Ayan. Sige, ito. What other investments do you have and which one is best for you? Ayan, for Miss Lorene.
That's for me. Okay. Other investments that I have, okay. We have our online business. We also invested on mutual funds. Nag-invest din tayo ng stocks. Meron din tayong stocks. Other, yung mga Pag-ibig 2, mga Ayala Co-op. But major, yung mga mabibigat would be on mutual funds and stock market. I also have insurance and VUL products. And to share with you, March 16 was the lockdown. I was in the office. We're all busy. Ano gagawin natin sa kumpanya? Ano yung schedule ng mga tao? Anong gagawin? And then March 17, I woke up. I looked at portfolio sa stock market. And iba yung kaba ng dibdib ko dahil sa pagbagsak ng market. Pulang-pula siya, negative na negative siya. Mali nga ako dun eh. Dapat sumabay ako. Pero for a few weeks or so, hindi ko tinignan kung gaano siya bumaba. But the bottom line is, I am a believer of diversification. And with this pandemic, para sa akin, napatunayan ko na real estate talaga yung maaasahan ko. Because inisip ko, what if sa retirement stage namin, something happened and the market crashes? Paano yung retirement fund namin kung nandun lang siya sa stock market? Kaya ang strategy namin ngayong mag-asawa is to really look for other investments in terms of real estate because the online business, bagsak din siya, and ang daling i-manage ng real estate eh. May pandemic or wala, bubayad lang ng renta. So ganun lang siya kadali for us. So again, I believe in diversification, but given this experience, I can strongly say, based on my own experience, real estate pa rin yung nagbibigay sa
Very well said from Ma'am Lorene. And thank you so much. And up next, hindi ko na pahabain pa, our next question, this would be for Sir Carl. Ayan. Sige. Sir Carl, is the value of property affected during this crisis?
Oh, Paolo, very good question. I'm sure a lot of bright millennials out there are asking that question. You know, Paolo, real estate properties are not the same all across. Meron mga good real estate, meron mga not so good real estate, di ba? Personally, if you made the right choice in getting a good real estate, the price should keep on consistently increasing over time. You know, of course, there are properties that are not so good. Yung mga talagang hindi maintained, walang may desire, hindi siya appreciated by the people because of poor design and poor management, then those will definitely lose its value. But for properties that are well-designed in a master plan community, safe, proximity to school, office, university, desired by many, well-maintained, those property will keep its price and it will consistently go up in value.
All right. And thank you so much, Sir Carl. Okay, we have few more questions left, no, that our audience are giving to us right now. Okay, for Lorene, ayan. Sige. What are the tips that you can give for a rank and file employee like me? Wow.
So like you, I'm also a rank and file employee. And sa akin, hindi, kanya-kanyang pananaw yan. Sabi nila, walang yumayaman sa pagiging empleyado. But ako naniniwala ako na it really depends on how you manage your money. And sa akin, it works. Kasi I have my steady income as an employee. And then kung meron akong mga racket, online business, kung ano-ano, that's another source of income na pwede kong ipang-invest. And then in terms of tips, number one tip ko, makinig kayo kay Sir Carl D. Kasi, to be honest, mahilig akong manood ng mga webinars o ma-attend ako ng Icon. And kahit na nag-i-invest ka na, if you listen to these gurus and mga masters, ang dami mo pa talagang matututunan. So, number one, educate yourself and listen only to those na nag-i-invest talaga doon. Huwag ka doon sa Kunya, wag ka dun sa mga, paano yan? Pag after how many years, hindi na sa'yo yung property sa condo. Tanungin mo siya, bakit may condo ka na pa? Mga ganon. Joke lang yan. Pero, you know, you need to get the knowledge from those na naka-experience. And siguro, isang practical tip that I could share na ginawa ko, ang dami mong mahahanap sa net. But, you need to know saan ka mahina. Kung bakit hindi ka nakaka-invest. And sa akin, nalaman ko na mahina ako kapag hawak ko yung pera ko. Kaya, ang ginawa ko, automatic debit. So, kada tataas yung sweldo ko, for a time, alam ko, nabuhay ako sa salary, sa net pay na around 12 to 15,000 kahit pataas ng pataas yung sweldo ko. Kasi kapag may tumadagdag sa sweldo ko, ini-invest ko siya eh. Either Ayala Co-op ba yan or kung ano mutual fund ba yan. Para yung lifestyle ko, naiiwan dun sa 12,000, net 12,000 na kinikita ko. Kasi ang prinsipyo ko, nabuhay naman ako dati na 12,000 lang yung sinusweldo, yung ginagastos ko. So bakit ngayon hindi? So first listen sa mga guru. Second would be, know saan ka nahihirapan kung ba't di ka nakaka-invest. And from there, you will know the answer kung anong dapat.
All right, and thank you so much, Ms. Lorene. And I think we could answer a couple more questions, 3 to 4 more questions. Again, for Sir Carl, ayan. Ito, is it good to take out a loan than to save for home renovation?
Okay, Paulo, I saw that question. Okay, how do I frame this? If you spend your money on a home renovation, okay yun, may enjoy mo siya, walang masama doon, di ba, Paulo? You enjoy it, okay yun, good yun. But, the end na yun, meaning the money that you put there is the end. But, if you're patient enough, and you put that money that you have and bought a property, at yung rental income ang gamitin mo to pay for the renovation, then after ilang months or years of saving, you still have the condo that is giving you rental income and your home renovation. Diba, Paulo? So, patience lang, no? In terms of answering the question about home renovation. In terms of, hindi ko masyado na-understand yung question, but if let's say, is it a good idea to loan to do your home renovation? Personally, from a financial point of view, okay, from a family point of view, definitely okay siya kasi na-enjoy mo naman, di ba? But in a way, that's bad debt eh. Kasi inutang mo sa bangko, but that debt does not give you income. Di ba? So, if you're gonna loan from the bank to renovate, then one-time use yung renovation mo, pero yung utang mo sa bangko, years. So, I encourage you, if you're gonna make a loan to buy a rental property that you can afford, and then eventually yung rental income from the property ang ipunin mo to renovate your house.
All right, great tip, no, for our insight from Sir Carl, who is also again a property guru na. Okay, pero sige, 3 more questions that we could have for this evening, and before we end this program, sige, for Ms. Lorene, ayan. So, can you invest in property there whilst living overseas?
Okay, that's a very good question. And I'm very happy that we have viewers overseas. And the answer to that is, of course you can. So sana nabanggit mo kung nasaan ka, kung saang part ng mundo ka, because we also have offices in different areas in the world. And the easiest way to go about it also is just inquire online. So nasaan ka man, we have online facilities to process your reservation fee. And ngayon nga, hindi na natin ramdam kung nasa Pilipinas ka o nasa ibang bansa ka because most of the things that we're doing, especially this webinar, is online. So definitely, and I'm very happy that you as an OFW is considering to invest your hard-earned money para naman pagbalik mo sa Pilipinas, makikita mo kung saan napunta yung pinaghihirapan mo dyan sa ibang bansa.
All right, and thank you so much, Ms. Lorene. Sige, last 2 more questions. For Sir Carl D, what's your opinion on money market funds versus real estate investment? Wow.
Very good question. You know, both are good. Depende sa purpose. For example, if you put your money into funds, that's a liquid portfolio. Liquid meaning money siya na pwede mong i-pull out, di ba? It's very liquid. So, okay din yan. It's a part of your portfolio. Okay na meron kang money placement or funds, no? But I just want to emphasize, there are two kinds of funds. One is yung capital protected, meaning hindi bumababa yung value. Yung nabanggit ni Laureen, di ba? Parang stock market na pag bumaba yung value, yung pera mo nauubos at nagkakaroon ka ng heart attack, di ba? And then there are funds na capital protected and there are funds na hindi capital protected. Yun yung mas nakaka-worry kasi dahil sa kagustuhan natin na kumita ng malaki, pwedeng ma-affect yung funds natin, 'di ba? And I'm sure you guys can relate, 'di ba? Marvin Guillermo, are you there? Kumusta na ba ang stock market right now? So, personally, like me, kami ni Laureen, I'm sure we're the same, na hindi namin kaya yung ups and down ng stock market. At ayaw rin namin na one day, when we're old at ready to retire, yung pera mo at the down. Diba? Unlike property, it's very slow and steady. And you can look at all your titos and tita na may paupahan. Diba? They're okay. I have a tita right now na 80 plus years old. And she's enjoying her life. All because marami siyang rental properties na na-build up during her early ages. So very stable, hindi siya yung nawawala or hindi siya nauubos, 'di ba? So yun yung advantage ng property over the long term. It's just slow and steady.
All right. Ayan. Thank you so much once again, Sir Carl, for your insights, no? And sige, I think we could proceed for the very last question that we could have for this evening. Sige, ito. Medyo interesting question. All right. Sige. From Rustico Cruz, and do you have property management for those specifically looking to lease out their properties? I'm in the province interested in Metro Manila condominium.
All right, so for now, property management of the community we have, but property management specifically for the leasing, as of the moment, we don't have that, but we are actually looking into coming up with that already. And siguro, the beauty that I could share is I was able to lease out my unit nung ako pa lang, online lang, and then with the help of the AMAIA sellers and brokers also. So once the property management for leasing is there, how easier will it be for our own investors and even for me as an investor of AMAIA?
All right. Thank you so much for your answer, Ms. Larino. And I believe that would be the last question that we could have for this evening. Ayan. Thank you so much, Ms. Larino. And Sir Carl B, for everything, for all of the learnings. Grabe, ang dami kong natutunan sa inyo ngayon. Okay, and once again, thank you to our speakers who have filled our evening with different tips and guides on how millennials can start long-term investment through real estate, plus investment options as well to consider from AMAIA land. We hope that you guys took down notes as well, learned a lot from our speakers, and especially enjoy kayo during this webinar. Hopefully, again, thank you very much to all of the bright millennials who joined us tonight. And before we end this session, AMAIA also have prepared a short video showing how we provide our clients a safe and convenient and contactless home buying experience. So bright millennials, let's all watch this video. And that's it, mga bright millennials. Thank you so much, no, for taking your time to join this webinar. Again, sabi nga uli ni Sir Carl D kanina, no, showing up is a win. Palakpakan niyo yung sarili niyo for making your night very much productive. And if you have further questions about real estate investment, feel free to contact us via Facebook or via email, and our AMAIA project officers will be gladly assisting you with your real estate investment goals. All right. I believe we have been productive for this evening. Again, this has been Paolo Lanek from Amaya. Once again, thank you so much. Stay safe, bright millennials, and have a good night. Salamat.